Hello everybody, it's me, Julie. It is Monday night and I am following up to a Monday Bytes Live that no longer exists. This is the 24th of May and we had a great Monday Bytes Live speaking about tanning drops for self-tanning. We talked about our Spotlight product of the week, which was our step 2, one of them, our fake ID. We talked about the wonderful refill program for our products. We talked about how to do the V to lift your eyes, and it was just an incredible Monday Bytes Live. My eye was lifted, it was obvious, it was probably one of the best lives I've had in 2 years. So we're going along and life is good, and there were no comments, nobody was coming on and saying, "Hey Julie, how you doing, what's up?" It was like crickets, just me and the world, and there was nobody else in the world. So I kept going, I finished it. I decided that there must be something going on where I'm just not seeing comments that are being made, because I have some real loyal ones who watch my Monday Byte Lives and my videos, and I was getting nothing from any of them. So I finished out the live presentation and we talked about following up on the progress and process of the no sun tanning drops. We talked about how we were going to follow up to the debut product of the week, and that was the e.l.f. dual-ended concealer. One end has concealer, duh, and the other end has a illuminator, not a highlighter, but an illuminator, so that it's not bouncing off like a highlighter, but it helps to diffuse dark circles. So where you put the concealer, you also put the illuminator. To me, it's a dupe or an attempt of a dupe on what I happen to love, and that is the holy grail for most makeup gurus, and that is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer and the Tarte Shape Tape Glow Wand, I believe. Wonderful products. So I put them side by side. Today we did the V look on this eye and created just a beautifully lifted eye, and nobody's ever going to see it, because after we did all this work and everything was super fun and the V was made and life was wonderful, we said goodbye to everybody, and we talked about following up on the suntan and following up on how well these products kept up through the evening, and I said I'd come back and it was wonderful, and poof, it was gone. When it was over, I said, until next time, be kind, be safe, don't be sad because it's over, be happy that it happened. I mean, it was just great, and I hit the save button and it started to save, and then poof, it went to another Facebook page. I can't find that video anywhere, and it didn't save to my camera because it was on a Facebook page. So strange enough, I don't know where it went, but here's the follow-up. This is the Tarte side, at between the two products, roughly $60 or thereabout. This is the e.l.f. side, both products in one package, and this was $3.99. Okay, we're talking about a $55 difference. I do have to multi-layer the e.l.f. I did have to build it with 2 layers, only 1 layer with the Tarte. The Tarte is a thicker concealer, and this is more watery, I would say. The size difference between the two is also immense. Because of the amount of the e.l.f. that I need to use to properly conceal, I will go through that in probably a couple months. The size of the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer that I used on this side, I will probably own for a year or thereabouts. That's the difference in size and consistency in the amount you need to use. So they both performed well. It's only been about 4 hours, from 7:30 to around 11:30 or so, and I need to get going to bed and get doing some things other than what I'm doing with my makeup on here. So I am doing my final look, and to me it's amazing that there's a $55 or so difference between these two sides, because to me there shouldn't be. Now the e.l.f., in my opinion, has let go right here, and I have some bluish, greenish shadow right here that is no longer hidden. It's not nearly as visible in this corner, and obviously the lighting is horrible in this bathroom at night, but this is what I have to work with, so this is what I do. Let's see, out here, my outer earthquake crevices, I did find that the e.l.f. did cake a little bit and gather here, but a little bit, and I was able to go just like this and I was able to rub it away. There was none of that happened on the Tarte side, but for nearly $60, it shouldn't happen on that side. The Tarte side really has no movement at all. The Laura Mercier powder has set both sides. I would say that for the price difference between the two products, I just might go with the e.l.f. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a full 8-hour test before Thursday Thoughts, and I will wear the Tarte all day and I will wear the e.l.f. all day, and we'll see how evenly it wears. Does it stay consistent? Does the color change? And that will, of course, be Thursday Thoughts' final review on this e.l.f. concealer. So what I am going to do is go ahead and remove all that. Now, we talked about also the self-tanning drops and the fact that I received this from Tan Luxe yesterday. So last night I followed the directions and I used my own lotion, and the directions said between 2 and 6 drops, and I used 4. I did not feel that I had as much color as I wanted this morning, so I did a second batch, and this time I used 8 drops because 4 didn't do much. So you know me, if a little is good, a lot's got to be better. So I did 8, and I got a lot more color, and I'm much more pleased. There is no orange, no streaking, no blotchiness, no strange colors. It's a match for my skin, and I chose the light medium. It's not cheap, but it's cheaper than tanning in a booth, and it gives you just a nice glow. Now you can see that there is a difference between my arm and my wrist. Now personally that doesn't bother me because I used to play pickleball for years before I became disabled and sick. I always had white hands and tanned arms. We call them pickleball hands and or pickleball feet. From wearing tennis shoes and socks and skirts, we had really tan legs and white feet, and really tan arms and white hands from the gloves and the shoes. So this doesn't bother me. If I get a lot darker and my hands don't catch up naturally being in the sun, then I will, if I need to, grab some makeup if I'm going somewhere and just blend that in a little bit if I need to. I don't think that's going to be a problem. I will go ahead this evening before I go to bed, after I've taken my makeup off, I will go ahead and do another application of this using 8 drops and do my legs, my stomach, my arms, my chest, my shoulders, my neck, just like I did this morning. And I hope to wake up tomorrow morning at the level of darkness I want, and then I will go ahead and take a shower, because the only complaint I have is it does have a smell. There is no smell out of the bottle. There is no unpleasant smell for the first several hours, but about 6 hours ago I started smelling that smell, and I knew as soon as I got to my arm it was that smell. So I will reapply tonight and I will shower tomorrow morning to get that smell off. I'm sure I could wash my arms right now and put some regular lotion on and it would be fine, and it's not so offensive that someone's going to smell me if they're standing next to me. It's not like the old-fashioned QT, quick 10 in a bottle. It's not like that, but to be perfectly honest, there is some scent after hours of having it on. But it wouldn't have me quit using it. Now, what I am going to do is I did receive, and I am so excited to have done so, I did receive my facial tanning drops, which I completely forgot I ordered, okay? So last night, nope, not true, this morning, having forgotten I ordered these, I thought, oh, won't this just be super cool if I use this on my face? Kind of like as a face tanner. I'll just use fewer drops and I'll use my face moisturizer and everything will be hunky-dory. It'll be great. So, you know me, it's fun to try things. So I did, and I mixed the body. Whoops, there goes my earring. I mixed my body tanner with my face lotion and mixed and mixed and mixed away and put it on my face was very careful to make sure that I also got my neck area. And I think I used 4 drops because I didn't want to end up super dark. I think the problem may have been second wash. I think the problem might have been that I did all of my steps for morning skincare routine before I put the Sunless tanner on. So obviously I had cleansed my skin, which it wants you to do, but then I put on a resurfacer, a rebuilder, and then the moisturizer. And I don't think that's the way they intended it. Now I'm going through this because if you've watched me at all, you know that I believe, as do many experts, in double cleansing. The first time you're getting all of the makeup off that's on your skin, and that's usually a layer, and attached to that is all the day's grime and dirt and pollutants and makeup. Did I say makeup? So the first time we clean off that first layer, which includes makeup, and then the second time we go in and we get our actual skin clean. 2 things right here. Never rinse your face with super hot water. Make sure it's more of a lukewarm water. And secondly, be gentle with your skin. It's the only face you're going to get. Don't dry your face with a towel. You can do this and create some wind, believe it or not. That's the way I did it for a long, long time. You can do it like this. This is pretty slow. Or you can get yourself a fan. Now, if you belong to the Beauty Society Beauty Box subscription, you would have received one of these in March's box. This was phenomenal. It comes with a little case that it sits in, and it sits beautifully on my bathroom counter, and it speeds up my routine like you would not believe. We don't want to use this for 2 reasons. One, because it's very rough on our skin, and we have already used an exfoliator with our scrubbing brush, as well as the washcloth is a soft exfoliator as well. So we don't want to be too harsh, and the germs, full of germs. Yes, people wash their hands before they touch it, but it falls on the floor. Sometimes they don't wash their hands completely. Just not great around the face. All right, here we go. I am very, very evenly dry. I have some, there we go. I had some eyeliner that did not want to exit my face. Now the one thing I'm going to do is I will rose water my skin. Now our cleansers automatically bring you back to your own natural pH, but I have been using rose water now for several years, and I don't know what I would do without it. So I will let that dry. I'll help it along a little bit. And while that sits there, I am going to go ahead and, I never know if I need to, but what's different about this, and I already forgot what it said, how many drops. Good heavens, Julie. How do you get through the day, right? Mix 5 to 10 drops with your favorite moisturizer in the palm of your hand. Smooth evenly over face and neck. Okay, well, I kind of do my neck with my other, but we'll see what we can do here. I don't want to have any wet hands, and something I do is I put a tiny little bit of hand lotion in my hands so that my hands don't turn tan as easily. I don't want it to interfere at all, so I'll make sure that there's no excess left. Oh, here we go. I am going to shake that just for, I don't know, because it seems like the thing to do. I'm going to grab out the amount that I usually use, which is really just a judge because you really have no idea. I'm going to fill the dropper. Now this is almost completely clear compared to the other, which was a fatter dropper and it was colored. So let's go 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Put that back in. Get all of the moisturizer. So you can see it's all in the palm of my hand. Gonna mix it all together. And that would be my only concern. How do you know that you're mixing all of it together? I can't explain it, but you can just kind of tell, not only the color, but the texture. So this is like this. At this point, I'm gonna just go dot, 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 like that, and dot, dot, dot. Now the last place that we want to do this, my friends, is around our lip area. Even if you do not have a mustache, we still have darker skin there, and this will adhere to that. So I've already gone over it once. I will make sure that I avoid that area now. I'm going to make sure that I'm going in circular motions, because if you do not use circular motions, and trust me, I've been self-tanning for about 43 years or so. If you do not use circular motions, that's how you would get the streaks. Otherwise, if you think about it, if you're using circular motions, how do you get a streak if you're going in circles? Now, it's not super easy, I'll give you that. Now, make sure you go up and onto your ears, because your ears would get tan too. Now, I'll show you a trick that I do. I'm going down onto my neck, and I'm going to just rub behind, keeping and making sure that the last thing I'm doing is in circular motions, and move it right down into the collar. Now, this is the first time I have ever used this on my face, so I want to make really sure that it's rubbed in really well. And I would say it is. Now, it says to wash hands immediately. I do more than that. I take my scrub brush from my hands and I wash my hands very vigorously with fairly warm water. And then I will take the exfoliating side of the brush and I will go up and down the inside and the outside of my palms. You're never sure if a little spot of lotion drops somewhere in between your fingers, on a ring, on the top of your hand. So just make sure. You don't want to have orange skin, as long as you can prevent it. Now, if you do happen to make a mistake and not get the color off in time, one thing that you can do is you can take lemon and scrub real hard with lemon. Sometimes that will take care of it for you. Now, something I'm a little bit nervous about, because I've never done this way. In fact, I usually don't ever put a sunless tanner on my face. I'm a little bit frightened of what happens to eyebrows and if that turns your eyebrows a funny color. So just, I don't know why, but I am going to carefully, as careful as I can, remove the sunless tanner face drops from my eyebrows. And I'm going to dot around my really cool, kind of like a bad dream, what's really cool is if you can get this to look natural and just enough color, you're out of having to wear foundation. And if your skin is in as good a condition as mine is, and could be if you use my skincare program, my skin is soft, it has more elasticity